All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here live into the picks and bans for Game 2 out of 3 of the evening. Once again, my name is Zara Shusa, doing the play-by-play casting for the evening, and I'm joined by Asheen, who's back from previous NGG seasons.
Yeah, I'm getting excited again. I've seen and heard of some of these teams, and I'm really excited to see what they have to offer. EXO is actually rocking the 4-0, so I want to see if they're going to keep up that streak or if they're going to lose it, actually.
Yes, we do have EXOcc here on the red side for this game, and Vandal Gaming Red, the sister team to the Vandal Gaming White that we saw last game, on the blue side here. And EXOcc played a pretty impressive game last week, and as we said so far, they are 4-0, so they won all 3 of their games last week, and they just won their previous match a couple minutes ago, so they're looking to keep going with a strong record.
Yeah, and looks like, again, target bans. We have the Draven and the Lee Sin. Not very common, but if a player relies on that champion, it could really hinder them. So maybe this might be their loss. We'll see. They banned out the Nunu, which is always very strong and very objective controlled jungler. You have the early pressure, and you always have the late game dealing with the AD carries fairly easy. And Rek'Sai, again, also very strong jungler. Looks like maybe they want to ban out the jungler. Maybe they want to pick something a little bit more unconventional, even.
Interesting to note that EXOcc is using a different support than what we saw last week. They were using the player Jenna Blows You last week, and it is now Uber Noobs. So we do have a different support player down there in the bottom lane. The rest of the roster checks out to be the same. I'm Jeff in the mid lane, Luton Rouge in the jungle, Jody in top lane with Draven Sucks in the bottom lane as AD carry, who keeps getting Draven banned against him, but I don't even know if he actually plays that much Draven.
With how much it's banned? Maybe not at all. Ooh, a Varus ban. That's interesting.
Yeah, Varus mid has picked up quite a bit of play recently, combined with Sivir and a lot of these other mobility team comps, with Talisman of Ascension coming back in to play and Righteous Glory. Varus can be pretty mobile and still dish out a lot of long-range damage and lock down enemy teams as well, so Varus getting banned away is not a bad idea. We do see the Alistar being picked up pretty early on once again here, this time by Vandal Gaming Red.
Always a strong pickup. You get a lot of early pressure and even late game pressure with your CC. But Gragas was let through, and so it looks like EXO is going to be picking him up. Always strong, and I wonder if they're going to be picking up their support, which is also likely in retaliation, or even another priority pick, like maybe a top laner such as Gnar or Azir.
Ooh, we could see Azir. Yep, Azir once again here. So already a lot of disengage here for EXOcc.
I would be interested in if they decide to choose a little bit more of like a split push or even a pick style composition, considering what they are already picked up on. Or even just Siege in general. That could be very strong. Bit
more of an aggressive mid laner, possibly against the Azir this time around. We saw Victor being hovered there for a second. Looks like we were looking back to that Sivir here. Sivir, of course, just an incredible AD carry right now. The On the Hunt ultimate is simply too strong to be ignored. Very safe pick for a lot of players. Sejuani as well. So really solid team fight here, and lots of AoE crowd control for Vandal Gaming Red already.
I'm liking it so far. The Sivir ulti always works very well with melee champions. It can help reduce the gap as well. But ooh,
Draven Sucks got Vayne once again. We saw him dominate with that last time around as well, forcing the enemy team to surrender. And in the post-game interview, claimed that his Vayne isn't even that good. So
we'll see about that one.
Yes.
It does work very well against what they have right now, as long as you can dodge or just black shield the Glacial Prison. As long as you can get rid of that Sejuani ultimate, you're going to have a heck of a time. You're going to kite. You're going to deal percentage true damage to these guys. And it looks like they're going to be wanting to get a lot of HP guys. Ooh, I like the Hecarim, though. If you can just get right onto the Vayne and push them towards your team, it's always a benefit.
And we're seeing a bit of a similar thing with what we saw Vandal Gaming White do in the last game with their Vayne, they have a lot of means to disengage and peel and protect that Vayne so that she could dish out as much damage as possible with those Silver Bolts. And keeping Vayne alive is absolutely a priority, especially if we head into late game. We have Black Shield to keep Vayne alive. We have Exploding Cast disengage, Emperor's Divide, as well as the Sand Soldiers to keep everything off of that Vayne. However, Vandal Gaming Red here did pick up the Hecarim that can run right into the back line of EXOcc and pretty much ignore the front line altogether, as well as Sivir with her ultimate to help him out along the way. So
it could be potentially dangerous though if he does just jump right in, as they do have the Azir ultimate completely isolating him from the rest of the team. It really just depends on if you can get that assassination on Vayne or even the assassination onto Azir. That's what they're going to be going for, and if they don't get it, I can see EXOcc going for a strong peel and then taking back the team fight halfway through. VGR is definitely going to have the advantage in the early stages of those fights, but unless it becomes a long, drawn-out fight and it's just a lot of skirmishes, they're going to win it. So,
absolutely. EXOcc are going to win the longer fights. The 5-on-5 fights are more than likely going to go in EXO's favor as well. So it looks like Vandal Gaming Red are going to have to look for some picks around the map, make sure they keep their wards down. Lots of ignites for Vandal Gaming Red here. That's 3 ignites. Ooh, the last minute cleanse for both of these mid laners there. Both mid laners switching to cleanse at the last second.
That could be potentially very strong, either getting rid of the Sejuani ult, or even just the fear from the Hecarim, or even Stun from Victor for that matter. There's a lot of situations in which Jeff could be using it, but I can only really see the Morgana Q, the Dark Binding, and maybe potentially Jody's Nars combos that you could be cleansing. More stuff for Jeff to cleanse than Ivir, in my opinion.
Definitely, yeah. Ivir, if Ivir needs to cleanse, I feel like he's already in a bad enough position that he's probably going to go down as it is.
I agree.
I could be wrong, but there's a lot of crowd control coming out from EXOcc, and EXOcc have so much. Every single one of their champions, except for Vayne, really have AoE crowd control in some form that they can disengage or re-engage a fight whenever they want to. They can use 1 or 2 of their ultimates to disengage a fight if it's not going well, or they're the ones being engaged on, and then turn around a fight with the remaining ultimates afterwards.
Exactly, yeah. They're just going to be doing a lot of the in and out, kind of tangoing around, just saying, I want to fight, I want to put my right foot forward. No, just kidding, you're putting your left foot forward, my right foot's going backward. And then it just keeps on going back and forth, playing that little tango of the late game. But again, EXO will have that advantage if they are allowed to and don't get punished for dancing around.
Absolutely. Victor is a bit of a strong early to mid game mage, tends to get his power spikes a little bit faster than Azir can if they're farming a bit evenly there. He does have the added benefit of having the unique item that he can purchase. Gives him a lot of early game power if he invests into that one.
Oh, completely. I can imagine them even taking some of the earlier dragons or even just early ganks right now, because the Hecarim does have Ignite, so they look to be playing a little bit more aggressively than if he wanted Smite, perchance. Whether that means they're going to be trying to put pressure onto Jody's Gnar, or if they want to go onto Draven Sucks and isolate that Vayne from the rest of the team and just push that lane down.
Definitely. And aside from Vayne and Azir, there's not too much damage coming out from EXOcc. So if Vandal Gaming Red here are able to take down either the Vayne or Azir at the start of the fight, that's already going to put the fight heavily in their favor, because they have a lot of extra damage coming out from Sivir, Victor, and Hecarim, who tends to do a lot of damage. Sejuani as well actually has quite a bit of damage up her sleeve.
Oh yeah, we managed to see how much damage Sejuani could do last game, especially in that mid game. You just saw Sejuani just running around, jumping in, glacial prisoning, doing lots of damage, and just helping out the Nivea in general. I want to see if that's going to happen again with Victor, or if it's going to be a much more defensive game from Sejuani.
We will have to wait and see here. I can't imagine playing defensively on the Sejuani is going to bode well for them this time around. If they give EXOcc the time to set up the fight the way they want to, it's going to be very, very difficult for Vandal Gaming Red to come out on top of that. But we are now loading into the game here, guys. Once again, Vandal Gaming Red VGR on the blue side, and EXOcc, who are currently rocking a 4-0 record heading into this game on the red side. Once again, guys, my name is Arshuza, doing the play-by-play casting for this game and for the evening, and I have Asheen here with me for this game, and then he'll be taking a break after this one.
I'm gonna miss it. It's gonna be a sad time to miss.
Yes.
But I'm gonna cherish this moment right now and enjoy this game because we are right in it and we are ready for this.
Absolutely. Here, loading in onto the rift here, waiting for those gates to fall. Items are being purchased. Nothing too out of the ordinary so far for these teams. Curious to see if we see an invade this time around.
Yeah, I really hope that they actually kind of go with that, because you have the Alistair, you have that Stiver still. That's a lot of early game pressure. Even with your Victor, the damage, the only thing they could be potentially worried about is that Morgana binding into, say, a Condemn if they're really that worried about it. But for the most part, VGR has really got that early game pressure that I feel that they should go for. Some wars that have gone down, and it looks to not be happening right now. Unless they want to go for the late invade, which is still a little bit risky in this situation.
We do have VGR all grouped up in relatively one area, though. They're not really too keen on looking to spread their vision out, so they might be trying to look for a plan of action to move into EXOcc's jungle here at the start of the game, but it's going to be difficult with Morgana and Vayne right around the corner.
Yeah, they're playing very safe. They have it all warded, so even if they come up like on their blind side, it's not really their blind side because they have vision. And if they come up from that kind of tri-bush section, you'll still see them. They have it like all planned out. You can definitely tell us, all right, we're warding here and here so that we can stand there and not get cornered. I like it. The only problem I have with it is I wish that some teams would pressure a little bit to get a deep ward in and see where the jungler is, so that you could kind of coordinate with your players and try and take some of their camps, maybe.
Yes, absolutely. Try to take some of their camps, or at least know roughly where their jungler is going to be at during that early first couple of minutes there.
Gragasly soloing blue buff.
Yeah, so he's going to give the Gromp over to EXOcc. This might be one of the keys to their flawless record so far here. That's going to give their bot lane a bit of a lead at the start, a bit of an experience lead here. That's going to give Vayne an early level 2 here in just a second.
I like that, though. Level 2 is a big power spike, and if you manage to get it before your laners, you can really punish them for it. And I believe once you kind of take out like right now,
level 2 already with the first wave taken down. Tormented Soil goes down. Nice Silver Bolt proc on the jump phase. There's the binding, gonna zone them out, and that is the early bot lane done basically for VGR.
Oh, I'm Jeff even poking out the Victor a little bit too. They're really just putting on the pressure in the early game. I'm really waiting for Chat Band to kind of make some plays and kind of punish them for playing so aggressively. Unfortunately, he's on the wrong side of the map to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Sejuani probably not going to find a way to get in for an early gank this time around. Ivir taking a decent amount of poke from I'm Jeff, who's staying very safe with those Sand Soldiers in front of him. And some Negro as well, taking a lot of damage. Used the teleport nice and early. He did go for the early camp, took the Raptor camp level 1 and teleported up to top lane. Nice stun and harass from Jody on that Gnar up in the top lane here. And already a 400 gold lead in favor of EXOcc. These guys are playing very efficiently here. Ivy trying to trade a bit of poke here.
They have a very methodical gameplay, which I really like, actually. They set up so that they would be defensive and that they would have the advantages that they wanted. And it looks like Lewin Roche is not getting punished for not having his camp. He's just kind of farming, and he's just getting the benefits of his team doing well.
Looks like that first early gank from Sejuani is aimed towards the top lane. Gonna drop a ward and go back into the jungle for the time being. Not able to find a way in. Ivy missing the laser. Gonna take a bit of poke in return from I'm Jeff, who's now just about out of mana, so Ivir should be able to trade some damage back towards that Azir. The Boomerang Blade's gonna miss. Spell Shield a tad late as well. Nice knockout onto Draven here. There's the Black Shield, but Draven in a vast spot. The Ignite goes down.
Ignite.
First blood for Alistair on Pryman in the bottom lane for Vandal Gaming Red.
Vayne can't get unpunished for so long. Eventually, the Alistair and the Sivir will come out of it strong.
Absolutely. Yeah, nice, well-timed Ignite there by Primari. Draven was simply too low. The heal was not enough to save him there. Of course, the reduced healing as well from the Ignite. Not able to save him. And yeah, just in a bad spot, overextending a bit. Oh, I'm Jeff going in. The Shurima Shovel flashes under the tower with the auto attack. I'm Jeff gets the first kill for his team. Under the tower in the mid lane here.
Now that was a really interesting play. He had just had enough mana to use all of his abilities, get right down towards him, and take out the kill. And that was the problem with Cleanse. You didn't have any defensive summoners to survive your laning phase in case you got bursted.
Absolutely. I would say Cleanse, as far as a summoner spell for the laning phase is concerned. Ooh, nice dash by Luton Rouge there. Matching the dash from 2K Chatban. Able to get over that wall and leaving Sejuani behind in the dust. Back to the mid lane here. The Cleanse on Victor. There's really not a lot of CC from Azir or anything from Azir that you can cleanse during the laning phase. It may benefit you do a bit later on here, but Vandal Gaming Red need to pay attention to their weaker late game, and Jody is going to hop around on Nara. He's going to grab level 6, take a Ignite as well. And
that was a panic
kill.
Ignite. That was a very big panic Ignite. Unfortunately, he did not have enough damage to even push that farther, so... Oh, and
nice roll from Pryman. Getting a bit confident there. The Shurima Shuffle going to knock him back into the tower. Alistair's on level 4. He's going to walk away safely. That's an ultimate burn for Azir there, and I'm Jeff is going to have to play very safe now.
It was very close, though.
Primari possibly getting caught in return by Uber Noobs. He's going to take a bit of damage, but he's still going to be able to roam back down to bot lane safely.
I feel like they should be focusing on the bottom lane, though, because Vayne's just getting free farm, staying in the lane with Sivir, when they could have been pressuring a stronger advantage that they had. Because currently, oh, and more action in the bot lane. They just, sorry, top lane. They just keep going right at it. But Gelface and Draven Sucks is a fairly big item differential with a pickaxe to a double Doran's.
Had Hecarim not used that Panic Ignite earlier, he could have gotten a kill just now on Jody. That was a lot of damage onto Jody. Jody was not able to hop away until he had already taken a lot of damage from the EQ from Hecarim. Had he had Ignite available there, that would have been a kill for him. Unfortunately, he did panic a bit and toss the Ignite onto Gnar, hoping that he would just get a kill.
Sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes it's worth it if you have extra minions just kind of pounding down on them. But when you're just in an open lane and you just kind of get knocked down, you need to watch what you're using.
Oh, nice condemned by Draven Sucks. They're going to disengage. That fight Primari went in. Once again, landing the combo, allowing Gelface to set up for a very easy Boomerang Blade here. Something Draven Sucks doesn't seem to be doing quite as much as we saw from the Vayne player from the previous game, is using that tumble to avoid that second pass-through of the Boomerang Blade.
But Piramari is doing a very good job of comboing with Gelface on that. As soon as he pulverizes, it's an instant boomerang, almost at the tip, causing a lot of excess damage.
Nice black shield by Uberdubs there, right as the Aqua goes through. Double ignite, but Primari's going to go down first. Looks like Morgana is above half health. He's going to survive. Draven Sucks wants to turn this one around on his Vayne here. Gelface is Oh my god, he goes down to a bit of
minion damage. That was
damage
totally
from the minion.
Damage.
Absolutely. I would say that was completely calculated on Draven Sucks' part, and the team of EXOcc here showing why they have a 4-0 record right now.
They're also clearing out that pink, which is also good, and taking a dragon. Unfortunately, he's really low, and Sejuani's getting a little too close for comfort.
Sejuani has the ultimate available as well. Luton Rouge forced to back off for the time being, not going to risk dying and giving up a dragon at the same time, so going to go ahead and just back off for the time being. But it's nice to see just how low Draven Sucks was, willing to go back into the mid wave, using the Condemn to knock away Gelface to avoid that last hit that would have killed him as well, knowing that the minion auto attack would have followed him and killed him, securing the kill. Oh, Glacial Pressure onto Draven Sucks. He may have overstayed
the heal.
The heal. Can Draven Sucks survive this one? No, he does not, but 2K Chatban goes down with him.
He survived for a long enough time to finish off that kill and take him out. If he had managed to just like lasted a little longer, that last turret shot would have taken them out, causing EXOcc to stay alive. That was a very close play.
Right, once again with the roam onto mid lane, the flash pulverized, the headbutt knocks on jetpack. Emperor's Divide is not going to connect, but it's going to give him a nice bit of breathing room there. Here comes Dragon, Soul Shackles immediately onto Primori. Here comes Lindenroos, gonna knock him up. That's a dead cow. Primori is going to take a spear. I'm Jeff secures the kill for himself. Cleanse from Ivier, cleanses the binding. He's going to walk away from that one. And that's a nice pick in the mid lane for EXOcc. Now 6 kills to 2.
They're using their comp very effectively. They're getting their picks off with the Morgana roam. They're using that Azir wall, the Azir knockups. Even the Gragas just stunning people in place. In total, they're just rotating as a team and doing what they need to be doing. I want to see VGR do that a little bit more. They have that Hecarim ulti. They can close gaps from a distance, and they also have the Sejuani ulti. They just need to use it and combo it together. Once they get out of the laning phase and they go into the mid game, I can imagine a lot of picks going into their favor as long as they're working together as a team. But right now, they're kind of panicked and just reacting to what EXOcc is doing. And it's not what they need to be doing right now. They need to focus on their picks.
That is a very common theme we are seeing here throughout NGG here. The team that is willing to take charge and start to lead the game by being the aggressors in the early game, by being the ones that are causing the early fights and the early roams. They're usually the team that tends to stay on top for the majority of the early game. Whether or not they can hold the lead is a different matter entirely, but the teams like EXOcc this game and like Vandal Gaming White last game, the teams that are willing to push their advantage, they tend to stay on top, and it's very difficult for the opposing team to keep their cool and come back. Exactly. Joffrey's taking a bit of poke there. EXOcc's able to get those Silver Bolt procs off. The binding's going to miss, but we do have Sejuani hanging around the tri-bush there. Is not spotted by a ward. There's a pink ward in that bush there, so this could be a good pick in the bottom lane for 2K Chat Band of Vandal Gaming Red.
Definitely, yeah. I was just thinking to myself, I wonder who's kind of shot calling for this team, because I'm really liking a lot of the plays that they're making. And I wonder if it's actually Lewin Rouge or just I'm Jeff calling from afar to say, I want you to be here in case...
Black Shield goes down. There's the On the Hunt. The fight is starting. Primori gets bound. There's the Soul Shackles, but Ubernews is going to go out of range. The Spell Shield onto Saber, but it does connect. 2K Chat Band goes to the dive. Morgana's the first to fall. Primori going to try to disengage with that headbutt, but Vayne is willing to chase. Jody's teleported down. There's the boomerang. The Gnar gets the kill there. Mini Gnar is about to wear off. We're about to head into Mega Gnar territory. The nice exploding cast. Draven sucks. Gets the kill onto Primori. 2K Chat Band's on the run. That is not good for Vandal Gaming Red and EXOcc. Now 9-3, turning that dive around in their favor.
That's a turn on a dragon right there for them. He's got to pick up the pieces. And again, they're using their TPs to their advantage. They're using their mid lane roams, their jungle roams, and they're sticking as a team. We didn't see the Hecarim teleport in at all. He didn't die. He just was recalled and was rotating. It almost looked as if Jody had picked him off, made him weak, and had to recall, and then he abused that by instantly teleporting to the lane, causing a very strong pick.
Really nice turnaround there by EXOcc. It looks like this is a bit better than what we were seeing from last game here.
They're at least making the plays and trying to come back out, which is really strong, but they need to watch out for those TP ganks, for those other ganks, for people rotating on them. If there wasn't a mid laner chasing them, they would have gotten an easy free kill, and it would have been, they could have walked out and just gone like, yeah, we got some good stuff. It was nice. But they got punished because their mid lane wasn't there, and their top laner kind of got beat out a little bit.
Ooh, that is dangerous right now for Vandal Gaming Red. They're going to have to play safe for the time being here. Draven sucks completing his Blade of the Rune King. Nice binding onto Primari there. They're not going to chase him for the kill on that one. It's also the first tower in the game down for EXOcc as well, so Vandal Gaming Red need to back off for the time being. The Vayne has her full item completed. Sivir, not so much, has the Berserker Greaves finished, but only a BF Sword and a Pickaxe so far.
That's still a fair amount of damage, though, if you get that Boomerang Blade off, but full-on DPS style, Draven Sucks on Vayne will be doing a lot more, just with those true damage, true Silver Bolts, yeah, that word, and just that active. Because again, they're building a lot of health.
Yes.
And Vayne will just kind of shred right through that.
Jody already having the Frozen Mallet completed. Look at the CS differential here in the top lane. 121 to 91. A 30 CS difference already this early in the game. Combo doesn't connect there with I'm Jeff. He takes a laser, though. Trying to keep the aggression with the zero. The flash bites him on Ivir. He flashes the gas. He gets the cleanse with the binding as well. Ivir, nice, getting out of the way of that one very nicely there.
Uber Noob's having a very nice prediction on where he's going to flash and landing that binding. That was beautiful play.
Absolutely, but again, we see Ivir there with the cleanse.
Yeah.
No finish there, but that does burn the cleanse for Ivir, so we may see a revisit to the mid lane very soon, or we might just take the tower down. EXOcc have the strength to do it.
Oh, that was one hit and completely went, made Vayne go to half HP with one laser.
EXOcc focusing their attention now on this middle lane here. They have the bottom tower down, minions pushing in their favor as well. So they can ignore the bottom lane for the time being here. Jody does not have teleport available, but Handsome Negro does on that Hecarim, but he is half health and just taking so much harass underneath his tower from that Frozen Mallet Gnar.
EXO can just keep VGR exactly where they are and win. Right now they have Jody, who's in an amazing position, being 3-0, has an item to help snowball him even further with that Frozen Mallet. Slowing down Hecarim, making him lose even more attack damage from his passive, would be very beneficial in this situation. So I like that pickup a lot. And I've actually seen a lot of Gnars, actually, in solo queue, kind of go Brunans and Frozen Mallet.
Oh,
just
yeah.
for like an AoE kind of flow. And it usually
Jody might be in some trouble now. 3 people up in his top lane. He tries to hop out of the way. There's the knockback from Primari. The knock up as well. Chat Band comes in. There's the Gnar. Slams Negro at the wall. He's going to go for the kill on this one, but there's the unstoppable onslaught of Shadows. And he gets shut down by the support. Not the best person to give the kill to, but that does alleviate that top lane just a little bit.
At least they got the kill and they got the shutdown, but at this point, they're getting punished on the map now. Look at the bottom lane. I can only imagine what's going to happen. The Wind Rouge is going to come right behind and knock him straight into Vayne, and Draven Sucks is going to melt down
Jellface needs to watch out. That shield from the tower, the spell shield is not going to help you now. Luton Rouge misses the body slam, though. Jellface is still on the run. The barrel roll misses well, but not the exploding cast. Jellface stuck in the wall. The Kadam connects, and Draven Sucks gets the kill, but here comes Hecarim and Sejuani. The cavalry have arrived, but they get slowed. Here goes Alistair as well, turning it around. Draven Sucks goes down. A double kill for Hecarim. He's back in the game now. Primari takes a binding. That might be the end of the fight. They're going to clear out a ward, but bottom lane's still in shambles.
And that was exactly what they needed to do. They need to get picks off. They need to just rotate and abuse them right now.
Oh, but the fight's not over yet.
Not just yet. EXO's looking a little overconfident right now. They were making a little bit of an aggressive play, missing a lot of skill shots, and they got punished for it. They need Draven Sucks to get a little bit better. They need that front line to be there, and they need to start 5v5 team fighting, while VGR is doing exactly what they want. They're getting those picks off. They're fighting, kind of skirmishing situation, and it's working well.
Stacking up those health shred stacks there on to Hecarim. There's the stun immediately from Gnar. The boulder toss as well. Does he have the Gnar swipe? He does not, but he's simply going to smack him to death. There it is! Down he goes.
And that's him. Yeah. The power of Frozen Mallet right there on Gnar. You can't escape from that.
Hecarim simply had nowhere to move. He has no gap closer. No way of dashing out of the way. He could simply run and gallop away, but cannot do that when he's perma-slowed from that Frozen Mallet from Gnar.
Exactly, and it looks to be top tower too, and potentially a dragon in a 4v5 situation. Looks like they aren't quite reacting to it just yet. Oh, there's
going for a pick on Ivir. There's the Dreamer Shovel flash. Emperor is the fight, but Ivir is going to go down shortly afterwards. Oh my god, the Glacial Prison is going to finish him off. Primatic goes down shortly after there. Primari. Luton Rouge now trying to duel with the other jungler. Here comes the cavalry. Negro comes in on that Hecarim. There's the unstoppable onslaught of Shadows. Draven Sucks is going to go down as well. Once again, a bit of overconfidence from EXOcc. That's a 4-for-2 trade in favor of Vandal Gaming Red.
They dove a little too hard and they got a little too overconfident. They decided they could make a play in which was a little too greedy, and the skirmish, the quick fight, that's all VGR needed. And they even managed to isolate the target. That was one of the biggest things that needed to happen. They needed to isolate the damage dealers and deal with them.
Speaking of not whiffing Sejuani ultis, we saw Chat Band there sniping the kill on I'm Jeff, who almost got away with that play.
Almost. It would have been really good if he didn't. If he did get away, but Chat Band had his sniper on. He had it.
Careful there. It looks like he's just going to go for the kill. He doesn't care about Primari behind him. He's actually going to help him get the kill. That's a bit unfortunate. They're going to use the Gnar to disengage. He's ignited, but he's above half health. He's fine. Gnar is simply going to walk away from this one. Throws the ward over the wall just in case as well, but throws the boulder back just for that added bit of security there. But Jody is an absolute monster on this Gnar now. 5-1.
He's just going to keep on snowballing this game, and he's going to be one of the big reasons that EXO will win this. He needs to get the... He's managed to take two turrets. So if he can keep pushing and keep getting those kind of situations, it'll be very strong for EXO.
Well, Vandal Gaming keep fighting this one here, trying to keep themselves in the game. They're going to lock down Loot Rouge under the tower, but that's a tanky Gragas. He doesn't seem to mind too much. He's going to walk away from that one.
Especially with him just drinking his flask and walking right on. That's a lot of damage reduction, and you just waste a lot of your resources trying to do that.
Something really curious to point out. Oh my, Jelfix needs to be careful. Chat Band as well. Vandal Gaming Red are simply not durable enough to sustain the early lead that EXOcc have. Simply too far ahead of the items. Once again, still a 60 CS lead in that top lane alone. 4,000 gold in favor of EXOcc here.
Looks like they're just going to kind of back off, take that blue buff, be safe, play it out, which is what they need to be doing. They need to wait for top lane to be pushing and then put pressure on so that they can either, they force that VGR into making an awkward choice. They need to go for that. And then you see Jody's actually picked up the Randuins for a little bit of added tankiness just to make sure that the Hecarim cannot actually duel him.
Absolutely, and again, that's more slows, an attack speed slow and a movement speed slowed as well from Gnar, just in case anybody was planning on getting away from him. He's going to pop that Randuins and keep them slowed, keep them near him. It's going to give plenty of time for Loot Rouge and I'm Jeff to come in and push them where they please. Speaking of which, going to knock Primari not into the wall. He's going to flash over that wall there into his red buff.
That is a wasted flash, though. Especially on an Alistair that's very necessary for one of their primary engagers. You do have the Sejuani ulti, but having the flash ult is always strong.
Trying to keep Jody out of the way, but Jody's about to hit Mega Gnar. They need to leave this area. Jody is more than willing to dive this. Jelfix is going to toss the Boomerang Blade. That's only going to help Jody hit Mega Gnar sooner.
They have set up the turret.
There's this.
Looks to be a siege.
A siege here from nice binding there on Uber Noobs onto Negro's Hecarim.
That death rate is a lot of damage, though, and it's clearing the waves and really harassing them while at it.
There's the Mega Gnar on cooldown now. If Vandal Gaming Red want to try to bring this game back in their favor, they need to fight right now as that Mega Gnar wears off. There's a binding onto Ivy, though. They're going to knock him into the team. EXOcc's going to hit him. And into the tower as well. Knocked him into the sun disc. That's not good at all for Vandal Gaming Red. EXOcc are going to take this one. From the looks of it, Jelfix is going to barely get out alive with the flash. Jody dives as well. Onslaught of Shadows is going to miss. I'm Jeff able to dodge out of the way of that one. Well played. He's going to stick around as well despite being almost dead. We're now sieging this tower. Chat Band does not have ultimate available. They have no way of defending this tower. That's going to go down. EXOcc get one kill out of it and a tower, but that is more than worth their time.
Completely. I Am Jeff was living with slivers of his health in the grand scheme of things. He was just skirting those team fights, using his long-range abilities to the best of his ability, and he performed very well that team fight.
I'm curious to note as well that I'm Jeff actually rushed a death cap as his first completed item. He had the components of a Morello's at the same time, so he did have a bit of cooldown reduction, but he did not actually finish the Morello's until after he had completed the death cap. So his death cap was actually his first completed item. Really interesting. I don't think I've seen an Azir player really do that as their first item, seeing as how essential the cooldown reduction is on him.
It's very essential, but at the same time, though, if you have that damage, I think
there's
you want
the cleanse, the black shield as well onto Azir. Vandal Gaming trying to take a tower off this one. They're not able to get it, though. Now Negro is very, very low. Primat as well. And IVR getting picked off in the backline by Jody, who's just in the backline. I'm Jeff is going to finish that one off. Jody is fine where he is. Morgana goes in with the soul shackles. Jody going to gnar 3 people into the wall. Primari's going to go down. That's a double kill for Jeff. Negro's going to go down to Loot Rouge. A triple kill for Jeff, actually. The Glacial Prison is not going to be enough. Chapman is on the run. The boulder's going to miss, but Jody is on the chase. They want to kill the Sejuani. Meanwhile, look at the bottom lane. DravenSucks was not even there. He's just taking towers. That's an ace, and DravenSucks gets the tower as well.
It's going to be a Baron. They're going for Baron right now.
Without their AD carry, I think they are.
So, yeah.
Without their AD carry, they don't need her. EXOcc are simply on top of this game here. Bait's going to keep going for towers.
Wow. All right, go on, Draven. You can do it. I believe in you. Or Vayne, sorry. Same name.
Well, Draven sucks, so.
Exactly, yeah.
There's the Righteous Glory. We're going to knock him. Draven sucks. Lock him in the Gravity Field. He's going to go down to the Chaos Storm, but that is a free Baron there for the red team, for EXOcc. Nice shutdown there for Negro, but he's stuck in the pen now with that Gnar and Gragas. They're going to knock him about and take him down as well.
Still 3 people with Baron, and that's all you need to do some sieging and take it to the tier 3. As soon as you take that inhibitor tower, it's a really tough time to come back from this situation, especially when you have such a strong team, a strong late game team. Uh-oh.
We have a disconnect. We might be seeing a pause very soon here. There it is. There's that pause, yeah.
Well, at least we can talk about now what each team needs to do to win the game, their win condition, and how to get to there. Currently, VGR is a little bit farther behind, but they can come back easily with Victor Burst and even Sivir Burst. And Hecarim as well, for that fact. They have a lot of burst, it's just getting to that point. If you can ward up one side of the jungle and kind of just make it yours, you can potentially take a pick off if Morgana's not there, like if you can get the Azir, or even the Gnar if you're lucky. Even then, trying to pick off the Gnar would be a very tough challenge. So you need to take one of the, like, Morgana, Vayne, or Azir if they're completely alone. While EXO, on the other hand, is already in the lead. They just need to take objectives and start sieging. They got Baron. Dragon's a possibility, but it looks like VGR is going to take that, actually. So a big thing for them would be to maybe have Jody go top lane and the rest of the team go to the bottom lane. And again, make VGR make a tough choice. That was a dragon going up to VGR. I believe their second dragon of the game. They need at least 3 more to potentially contest the objective control.
Sitting at a 12,000 gold lead right now in favor of EXOcc. A dominating performance so far. Not a single tower taken down.
You can really tell why they named Team EXOcc, because their team has all CC. Literally everyone on them. You got the Morgana, you got the Vayne, you got the Azir knockup, and the pushback, the Gragas.
Said earlier on as well, Vandal Gaming Red need to make a pick if they want to stay in this game, because EXOcc simply have too much CC to turn a fight around, even if it's not going in their favor. If they are grouped up, they are going to come out on top of a fight, hands down.
Yeah, so actually what happens, guys, is this pause actually never times out or continues to go. I don't know the right way to say it. But basically what happens is the forfeit comes out from Vandal Gaming Red, and EXO actually takes victory in this game. They went ahead and defeated Vandal Gaming Red. Of course, it was a little bit anticlimactic there due to a pause coming in, really, to be that deciding factor. But EXO did take over the win. And so we will be talking to, I'm Jeff. He's here with us now, and we're going to go ahead and talk to him a bit about what his thoughts were from that past game and a little bit more. So I'm Jeff. Are you here with us?
Yep. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Awesome. Glad to have you here. Congratulations on your win. You guys are now 5-0, and we're past that halfway point in the season. We'll get there in a bit, though. Let's just talk about the game. It seems like we've seen you guys on stream twice now, and both those games we've had a lot of action going on in that bottom lane. A lot of focus really on DravenSucks. Has this been your plan coming into the game, or is it just more reactive to other teams kind of trying to camp down there a bit?
Honestly, I'm not sure why they count them so much. Like, no offense, but his positioning is bad. I think DravenSucks, like, his positioning, he plays really aggressive. So
yeah.
Often. So I think that's why teams punish him for that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the main reason, I think.
Yeah, we did see him go 5, 5, and 6, responsible for a whole bunch of deaths on your team. But I guess at the same time, if you have 5 deaths and that's the most on your team, that's not too bad. You guys got the win, though, so that's what matters. It got a little bit sketchy, though. Like, you guys were doing very, very well early, that good fight in the bottom lane, like we just talked about. But then it got a little bit sketchy around that middle game, I guess, maybe like the early mid game. There was a fight in your jungle, or in the enemy jungle, in Vandal's jungle, and they ended up winning that trade. It was 4-2, I think. Did that get you guys a little bit nervous, or was that just kind of a take a step back and breathe, no problem type of moment for you?
I don't know about the others, but I got a little bit nervous. I was like, oh, we gotta stop getting caught, because I think, if I recall, it was because like we were just caught out in the jungle. I think that's why we lost. Oh, and I died to Sejuani in that fight, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I tried to. I think
you
that
almost
was
juked
fault,
it.
though,
Yeah, there was a really good juke at first, but then I ended up catching up with you.
Yeah, insect the Victor back, and I got bursted.
Yeah.
And then Sejuani managed to snipe me, and then I think that's how we lost that fight. I think I put myself in a bad position there. So.
Yeah. Well, that was. It seemed like you guys were a little bit hesitant, but it didn't really matter that much because you turned it around really quickly and then went for that Baron too. Didn't even need Draven Sucks to come help you out there. So let's talk about a little bit about your build. I think you had all the components for Morello's, but you ended up going for Death Cap before you finished your Morello's. Is that correct or something? Zoshis was saying. What was your thought process behind that?
Well, I felt like I just needed more damage. Like I just usually like when I play like solo queue or like if I can build like more damage, like just flat damage, I will go for it because it would just help more in team fights. Like Morello's is good for like staying like mana poking stuff like that, but team fight wise. That's why Death Cap is better. That's why I rushed it.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, so then we're at that halfway mark. We're over this halfway hill, 5-0. Obviously, the best record right now. The only team that's close to you guys is right now 4-0. Icebreaker School Blast are playing still in their 5th game of the night. But how are you guys feeling moving forward? Do you think this is going to be an undefeated season for you guys? You play Icebreaker School Blast next week, game 1. Mm-hmm. Do you think that's going to be your first challenge, or do you think that that's going to be another easy win for us?
Well, I'm looking forward to it, but I think we got this.
Are you predicting the 9-0 regular season?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, on record here, I'm Jeff, and he said he's going to give everybody RP if they're... No, I'm just kidding.
What?
Oh, hold on a minute. All right, well, that's good. Do you think Draven Sucks is ever going to be able to play Draven this tournament? That's the question that I have.
We're betting on it. I don't think so.
Because he's played Vayne in all 5 games now, I think. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, he's really pissed because he's playing. He had to play the same champion all 5 games. But, yeah.
He really wants to show it. Well, next week, more than likely, your game against Icebreaker School Blast is going to be put on stream. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and just say, your game's going to be streamed versus Icebreaker School Blast next week. So maybe we'll get to see Draven, maybe even on stream, not sure. But then you guys have, I'm pretty sure at this point in time, secured a playoff spot. So you guys will probably be in those playoffs as well. I can't imagine you dropping 4 games and not making it. So any final thoughts or any final comments before moving into your last game of the night?
You should watch our game next week. It's going to be fun. And I'm going to play some pretty interesting mids next week.
Anything you want to leak out to us, or?
Stay tuned for the stream and you'll see.
All right, sounds good. Well, we'll have to go ahead and do that then. Thanks again for coming to talk to us. I'm Jeff, captain of EXO. Let's go ahead and move towards Game 3 of the night for us. Our Game 3 coming up here in just a moment. Team Casting Couch against Team Free Code Luke, or formerly known as Free Code Luke, Washed Up Veterans. Really good game coming up. We'll be back with that one in just a moment.